Quick reminder before we get started tonight on TWIM 181, we've got the Brain Trust for subscribers. The most recent update in your Twitch inbox for subscribers on Twitch is a M-Stack defensive blitz scheme from the dime formation. If you need help on defense, this could be the update for you. Make sure to check that Twitch inbox. If you're a subscriber for Brain Trust, you get all the old stuff, of course. If you subscribe, watch it on YouTube, let me know. Email me, zfarles@maddentips.com. That's what's up. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden Show 181. A little bit of a good time coming in right here. Got S. Gibbs with me. Gibbs, here's what we're going over tonight. Shout out to White Mammoth in the chat.
White Mammoth, shout out.
First time, long time.
YouTube guy for years, over 7 years. And now the guy, I made that number, but now he's on Twitch watching us live. Let's go.
So tonight we'll be taking your questions in the mailbag. You can always tweet us at MaddenBible at SGibbs7s if you have questions that struck you now. We have Madden Challenge thoughts. Big tournament just wrapped up. We're going to go over the top 5 Super Bowl legends. We're going to talk about beating Cover 4 press. There's new Seasons veterans out today that we're going to review. We're going to talk about scoring in the Redzone. We're going to do a little Team of the Year receiver comparison. And we have 2 new Mutt Honors players from today that we're going to talk about. Gibbs, what is the game of the week?
Game of the week. So this was brought to you by EA Sports Stream Team members J.O. You might know him. He's probably in the chat. And Hold Fast Hope, a.k.a. Hope Twitch. They came to us and they said, Gibbs, Farles, we want to do a pack-and-play tournament. Now, you did this against J.O. last year.
Yep. Basically,
the premise is this. I'm going to go into my lineup tools. I'm going to change my active lineup. I'm going to now go to create a new team for lineup 3. And my team is going to be completely bare. I'm going to rip 2 of the All-Madden pack bundles tonight live on the show. I'm going to use that to generate my team. Only those players will I add to my roster and then my playbook. And I have 1 Super Bowl legend that I can use on my squad. And then I play against J.O. In the game of the week. And he did the same thing. So we got to compare teams and see how it goes.
I like it. I like it quite a bit. You want to take some time here. We'll get your lineup cleared. And then we'll also take a look through the mailbag while we go over it. But first question in the mailbag, this will be about the Madden Challenge. So, as you know, here was the stage at Madden Bowl, and of course at the Madden Challenge. Big things happened. Final game.
Ooh.
Serious Mo was up 24-17 on Skimbo. It was quite the battle going on. He had control of the game. He was running the ball. He switched up his scheme. But Skimbo, even though he struggled a little bit on offense, stayed composed, beat man-to-man, got in the end zone with 8 seconds left on a playmaker on a great play. Didn't go for 2, got the ball in overtime. In overtime, Mo finally, he had been sitting near the post route. He finally got to that post route and got an interception and was able to kick the field goal for the win and become first ever champ at Madden Bowl.
What was crazy about that was Mo calling his shot. He called it. I was answering some questions while we were live out there last week at the Super Bowl, and I had mentioned that I felt like Skimbo had the advantage against Mo because of his passing offense, and the only way that Mo was going to be able to lock him down was if he was able to defend some of those routes, like the Z spot route. Mo comes back with a rebuttal, and he calls his shot, and he says, there's only one route on Z spot that actually beats man-to-man, and I'm just going to sit on it. And that's it. I'm going to sit on it, and that's it. And guess what he did when it came down to matter most? He sat on the route, pick city, game over.
Took him, yeah. And shout out to Skimbo. He advanced his game plan an extra step, too. So Mo said, I know the one route. Skimbo said, well, I got another route that I think Tenacious was running, the curl that he was, working underneath man-to-man. So then Mo had to get 2. He had to kind of get here, but then get here. And it took him, almost the whole game to adjust to it. And finally, when it mattered most, he got the pick. So a big shout out to Serious Mo. Overall, Gibbs, we watched the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Would you say, your favorite piece of the tournament? Did you like the Draft Champions format? What was your favorite thing?
Honestly, really my favorite part was getting to know the players. And really, I enjoyed, I think, most was the round, the playoff round, where you brought in the guys that weren't the old school champs. You brought in who went there? Sherm Sticky, Sixth Sense, Tenacious. I really enjoyed that a lot because we know the problems. We know Mo. We know about Shugs. We know about Tweezy. But as a whole, we were all talking about behind the scenes. We were saying this is really cool to meet some of the new up and coming players and to learn about how they play the game and learn a little bit more the story about them. And then not on top of it, but then to get to see them rise above and show that they have the chops to hack it up there. Like D Jones, like could you talk highly enough of the guy? Like he came out there and he said from the jump, he was like, I was number one on the leaderboard and no one gave me a shot. And he was there to prove that he deserved his shot. And listen, he almost made it to the final game. He almost got to the championship game. Totally. So hat off to D Jones. What I loved about him, just he was a competitor. He went there and he had one goal, one thing his mind was focused on, and that was becoming a Madden Challenge champion. He came up just short. But I do expect to see him back on the leaderboards in future tournaments down the road. So shout out to D Jones for a great run.
For sure. All right, we got questions coming up in the mailbag. We'll take a look and see. Remember, pack and play tonight. We're going to open packs and then play a game. So let's see. These are going to be our gameplay questions coming up tonight.
Is there a quicker way to remove all these guys?
No, there's not at this time. So we'll have to keep working through that.
Okay.
Team of the Year, DeAndre Hopkins against Team of the Year, Brandon Marshall, if price is a factor.
Okay.
So do you have Team of the Year DeAndre Hopkins? I'm about to go to Mudhead. I know that he's a much better receiver in my opinion. Brandon Marshall's a better blocker. But if we're looking at price specifically,
I don't have the Hopkins.
So he's a 96 overall.
Right. He's a really special player.
He is, but he also costs a pretty special price, 650,000 coins.
That's a good amount of coins.
Whereas Brandon Marshall is a 95, and he's going for 400K. So it's 250,000 coin difference.
It's a good amount to save. Is that where your head's at? Like, it's a good amount to save.
So 95, 99, 95. He's a very, very good run blocker. That's really the premium you're getting. But could you get the Legend Hines Ward for...
The Legend Hines Ward is really good.
Somewhat of the similar price. He's a little slower. But are you going to get a lot of the strength? And he's 91, 99. So he's Brandon Marshall's no doubt about it, a better downfield catcher than Hines Ward. But if what you really want from Brandon Marshall is the run blocking, maybe don't go for it. I would say DeAndre Hopkins can really do it all, whereas Brandon Marshall can't do the route running. So he's really a one-dimensional outside receiver who can run block. Hines Ward is more of just a run block guy who you would then put inside. So I think each of them all do specific things, unless you don't have that guy that can run every route on the field. Who's the guy you use? Bruce, the signature?
Yeah, I actually have Jerry Rice now, but Bruce.
Rice is great.
This Isaac Bruce is a guy. Show me his price. Signature is going to be a problem.
500.
Let me see his stats. Listen, his height can come into play here, but 99 route running with 94 speed.
Release. He's good.
He's very good. That route running makes a big difference.
He's good. And then lastly, Jerry Rice is the only really other guy that can do it all.
Vincent Jackson is a guy that can do it all as well.
True.
What's Rice go for?
So Hopkins is a better deal than the Rice, but he's not as good as the Marshall on the edge at run blocking. But Marshall's so much cheaper that it depends to you. So Tweezy's saying Isaac Bruce is the same price as Hopkins. He is. You're going to save a little bit there. The release isn't quite there, but it's very, very close. So
depending on the route you run them, again, it depends. But if you can get that Bruce running little short posts over the middle of the field, like 4 vertical route, like if you can get him on that, he's a problem. It's a big time problem.
Indeed, I like it. All right, we've got more mailbag questions here. Gibbs, your top 5 Super Bowl legends. So you've got them all in your lineup. I've got 3 that I've kind of picked out right here.
Yep.
First one first is the Derek Brooks.
Best item in the game.
Hands down.
Now,
It
right
was
now,
Freeze Brooks, right? Now
right,
you're
but
saying it's...
this is a very, very special item. Continue. We'll come back to the Brooks to talk about it.
Then I have Hines Ward, just because his catching traffic, his route running, they allow you to put him inside, and then he can run block. So I think for where you would want to put this Brooks, he'll be able to to put this Hines Ward, he'll kind of be able to block. He's very kind of unique, in my opinion, and I think
90 strength is a monster.
That's a tough coconut to crack. And then lastly, this Malcolm Smith. I just want to make sure people didn't overlook him.
Please don't.
94 speed with 87 block shed. So he's weak, right? But the Kuechly's only like 78 strength. He's 6 points faster than Kuechly. I know they don't do the exact same thing, but he's got 93 play rec with 90 hit power, and I think his zone coverage is super high.
Yeah.
So, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, listen, I would say that the Derek Brooks is the new consensus best item in the game. If you take a look at him, even compare him to Von Miller, his one weakness, you can say that Brooks, is his strength, but 87 is good enough because he's got the 90 block shed. Right. So I really think that's beneficial, and you're not using Brooks as a down lineman. So that's where you can get away with a little bit of that strength concerns. But what's bananas about him, 93 speed, 94 zone coverage.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. And then 99 play rec. I absolutely love what the Brooks brings to the table. I love what you recommended there with Malcolm Smith.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying this Vernon Davis. I saw Crayola was talking about him earlier. Crayola, big fan of the Vernon Davis, what he brings to the table.
He can't run routes, though. It's kind of my only beef with him. But he does have good run block, good strength, and he has 93 speed, which is pretty tremendous.
I'll tell you what, this Aaron Rodgers.
And his spec and catch traffic has gone up a lot since the first Vernon Davis.
Correct. I love what the Aaron Rodgers brings to the table as well. I mean,
Would he be the guy that you use?
Yes, he's my new quarterback. 81 speed, especially. I run Cam for some Wildcat nonsense, but I love what Rodgers brings with his 98 throw power, and then all mid 90s throw actually short through throw actually deep, and then he just a bonus 90 plus in play action and then throw on the run. Mm-hmm. So he really is the complete player. Look at the Cam honors. He's 87 play action, so it's 3 less. And then I have really big concerns about that throw accuracy deep. I just under 90 is 90 is a benchmark, and I've been at that benchmark since day one, and that's where I was a big fan of that flashback Vic, because he was that 91 throw accuracy deep. He had great throwing strength downfield, and you have to really think the way we all play the game is, especially on 3rd and longs, you just chuck it deep. You can't afford an overthrow.
I see. How about the Torrey Holtz is good. Torrey Holtz basically the Isaac Bruce, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
The Saturday is actually very, very, good for a center. I know AJ likes the Terrell Davis, but I think he's kind of not the agility, a little slower.
Mean Joe Green is the equivalent to Derek Brooks on the defensive line as a defensive tackle. This is one of the best. Really, the only way you can improve this Mean Joe Green is give him more speed.
Right.
But you don't need that D tackle to really do anything other than have 100 strength, 99 block shed, and 99 power move. That's the perfect item.
That's like what a J.J. Watt would be.
Correct.
Do you think the Ty Law, I see that you're playing him, is that just because he's a Patriots and he has 99 man, or he's
coverage.
Actually that good?
99 man coverage.
You like him that
I
much?
have my three guys that I play from nickel 3-5 odd, and it's Deion Sanders, it's Ty Law, and it's Darrelle Revis. All 3 of them have 99 man coverage when I go into that set. I then use Derek Brooks as the other outside linebacker. Mm-hmm. Derek Brooks is the slot backer who plays against the 4th receiver. And then now with his 84-man coverage, 93 speed, he gives me a linebacker that has coverage, but he's there to help in the run game. It's more important from the nickel 3-5 that I have better run support than if I went to a dime set where I would lose out that linebacker coverage. So really important for me to have that Brooks in that man-to-man spot in nickel 3-5 odd.
Nice. Okay, here we go. Next question in the mailbag.
Should I go into practice mode?
Yeah. Do you want to open the packs now, or do you want to go to practice mode, or your call?
I'll rip my packs.
Okay.
Do people want to see the packs?
Of course, people always want to see packs. We got some All-Madden packs. Let us know if you're interested in seeing us rip those. Remember, it's a pack-and-play game of the week, so S. Gibbs against Jo, they can both only rip whatever packs they get, and then they can use one Super Bowl hero. First things first, let's take a look at the new seasons vets. We got 5 new seasons vets today. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're pretty darn nice.
I have.
Santana Moss, I think, is right up there. I would say the new Antonio Brown, you're going to potentially pass on him in favor of Santana Moss for the same categories. The Antonio Brown's better, but Santana Moss is a little faster, and he has the route running at 96 plus 99 elusive. I think he's going to be a great kick returner, punt returner. And while he doesn't quite have the release, I think you're going to like the way the Santana Moss plays. I think he's very, very good.
I guarantee it.
The Eric Weddle with 90 speed, 94 zone coverage, 94 play rep, that's very high. He doesn't really have the hit power, and he never has, but that's a good version of Weddle. And the Weddle's the guy that usually plays pretty well. Tony Romo gets a new item, so Ropey 30 is happy. And, I mean, that Romo's super, super balanced. That's kind of Aaron Rodgers.
That Romo, that was going to be the item that I would say, like, you really target. And that speed is low, but with the way that the game has progressed this year, speed at quarterback is less and less and less important because the way it's so easy to contain with the quarterback contain feature and then quarterback spy and releasing the hounds. And that's really how most people play. So having a mobile quarterback is something that you need to go into a game and monitor. You should always have a backup mobile quarterback in case your opponent starts saying, I'm not going to respect quarterback contain or quarterback spy. So then you'd sub them in and use them in a moment, and you'd make a read. But this Romo...
He's a Brady without the price.
This Romo is bananas.
I mean, I don't know how much he costs, but...
96 throw power?
Great.
And then mid-90s all across the board?
Lastly, Jason Peters, you look at that, that's beastly. 96 strength, 96 run block, 98 pass block. You're going to love that. And then Babineau, 93 strength, 92 block shed, 95 finesse. If you really want finesse and play rec on the inside, that's for you. But I'm going to pass on him just because I need more beef to stop the run. And I think you can get cheap finesse and then slide it into DT. So I would manually sub guys in, but not the worst.
I think the Babineau would be better, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You look at him and say, 93 strength.
Or if we really
good
had
block shed and good finesse move.
Definitive answer as to what finesse, like if you really had a preference to finesse instead of power,
yeah,
he'd really be a guy you could go after. But I don't personally have a preference at this time. Okay.
There we go. Some packs.
Remember, game of the week, we're taking on JO30 in the chat in a pack and play. So we're opening 20 All-Madden packs.
Yep.
Just a little note for you.
Yeah.
You can only use a playbook that you get in these packs.
Yes, correct.
So
that's correct. Also, I'm going to need you to pick my random Super Bowl legend.
I get to pick it?
Well, yes, because I have them, so I just need you to you're going to have to close your eyes and point at one, and then that's the one I get to use.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Jay, who do you want me to tell him to use?
That's not cool. All right, here's my first pack. Come on, give me something good. Okay, because I'm playing the Cowboys Stadium. Dolphins book.
Johnny.
So how am I going to work this?
Foosball.
I have to go to all newest, correct?
Yes.
And then I would cycle through there.
Yep.
And I should be able to tell from there, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to rip my next pack. So Johnny Manziel, he gives me a guy that I feel least comfortable with running around the pocket. Right?
Very good.
Brandon Flowers?
That's not terrible.
Is that who I think it is? Oh.
Shawnee Hill.
Karen Reed, not bad. Bob Gryffindor.
Okay. Matt McGloin.
I thought that was a Browns playbook. You got to give me the Browns playbook, right? Give me something good. Packers. Give me something.
Real bread right here.
Teddy Ballgame Ginn? Jack Mason?
That Ted Ginn, no bueno, in my opinion. I mean,
Why
he's
not?
good for this event.
This is really good. This is like a draft. This is like a poor man's draft champions.
No, this is a rich man's. This is actually a rich man's draft champions.
This is how you did draft champions before draft champions.
Yes. John Brown.
Yeah,
that's not the John Brown you want. You want most feared John Brown. He's good, though.
He's still very good.
Yeah, he's still good.
All right.
Ladarius Green's nasty.
Ladarius Green's very good. Panthers. I'm just waiting on that Browns.
Hayward.
Bradley Roby, Team of the Week?
So I did a Team of the Week review on youtube.com/zfarles, and Bradley Roby was basically the gem of this week's crop as a man coverage guy. Okay. That's not going to help you. You can't start that.
Thanks, Farles. Oh, Cardinals D. Seahawks. I haven't been paying attention to my playbooks.
You're not going to like
OS Millennium subbed?
OS Millennium with the sub hype? Yes.
Vinny Curry? Broncos?
Ben the Brain Heaney?
Is he good?
No.
No? 88 cheddar.
Not bad.
I got two Ted
You
Gins.
can run dupes? I don't think so. I don't think it works that way.
No?
There's a lot of Ted Gins out there, though.
Dougie Martin. Chiefs. Turner. John. Okay, can I make the John Brown now?
I don't think he's available at this time.
Is that not true? Oh, that's clutch.
You got a great kick.
That's clutch. It's a nice item. Dan
Darian
Stewart got laid some lumber.
He played big in the playoffs. He crushed some people.
Yeah.
Okay, Remmers. I pulled one of him earlier.
Giants offense. Maxwell.
My team of the year pro pack.
Quick sell. Can I do that? I don't know what that gets me, but
Frank
Zombo. He was a goat
I
back
think
in the
that's just
day
a
on
cool
the Packers.
name. I think he's just a cool name.
Do you remember how good he was on the Packers on Madden
I don't know
12?
if he was good or if just his name was cool.
He was a very good, like, extra guy to have.
Yeah. Value guy.
Right.
All-Madden packs. J.O. against S. Gibbs.
Kenwit. Okay. I feel good about that.
Titans, though.
sorta.
That's what M-Stack
Ooh, Mark Barron.
has been using.
Titans. Okay.
Titans, though.
What I got? Todd Gurley. Who's my best pull so far? Roby.
Yeah, Roby's really, really good. That Okafor, I think, is strong.
J.O. says I'm literally pulling everything. That's not true.
Really?
Oh, Browns. Panthers offense. Kendall Wright. I'll take it. I got another read. Come on.
Who does J.O. have on his team?
Yeah, who do you have? You have a E.J. Manuel? Ryan Fitty? Chiefs offense? That's great. I love it. So far, that's my book of choice.
Mario Edwards. Paxo.
Oh, is it?
Is that offense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Long pass style.
Yeah. Yes.
You're not allowed to use it because
Yes, I am.
Because it just says the team name.
That's
doesn't
not
say.
true. Not true. That's not true. Melvin Gordon, Patriots. I got my Pats jerseys too. Let's go.
75 Vic at quarterback for J.O.
That's his quarterback.
Mike Daniels.
That's a
is
really
pretty
nice
good.
item.
Yeah. Okay.
Duke.
Hold the nachos.
Yeah.
John.
Oh no, that was the coach. That was the coach.
See, Gibbs always trying
Pew. Pew.
PU on that card.
Broncos. Oh.
It's not that bad. Kiko Alonso's pretty good in the middle. If you need a guy, he's like a very good.
Everyone's saying
deep
this is a really good pack.
This is pretty good.
Trinamere Holiday.
Pulling a lot of FOs, a lot of Schefters, a lot of team of the weeks.
All-Madden packs, bros. Let's go. Captain Monerland, great zone coverage guy.
Roby.
I really need that New England though.
Ronnie
Hillman.
That's a good item.
That's a very nice item. Mm-hmm. Daddy likes that.
Can't wait to see you fumble that away.
Yeah, is that true?
That is true.
Ooh, I'll take it.
85?
I'll take it. Pew. Pull the blasters. Pew, pew, pew. Still got my topper packs too, kid. John Brown. Sam Shields. That's a nice item.
Eddie Goldman?
Blair Walsh.
You already got your kicker.
I do. Oh, next topper pack.
All right, so here it is. 3 team of the weeks. Any topper. Okay, 3 collectibles. Tough break.
Is that true?
That's what it looks like. I'm wondering if these are worth coins, and you're just not pleased because you need players.
Yeah. How many packs did you pull? Toppers are just collectibles. Oh, good.
We setting up the lineup?
Yeah, I gotta set my lineup up, right?
Yeah.
All right. So quarterback, I gotta go newest, correct?
Yeah, sort by newest.
Newest. Jeez.
All right, so you've got Johnny Manziel as like your first kind of barrier. So you have Griffin or Manziel. Who do you want to go with?
Johnny
I'm
Tsunami.
gonna give you 20. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds at each pick. You're gonna go Ronnie Hillman here, right?
Hold on. Let me get in there. Ronnie Hillman, clearly. I had another guy, I think, too.
So S. Gibbs can only use players that he just pulled in the most recent bundle. J.O. did the same thing.
Duke Johnson's pretty good.
Duke Johnson's actually like really good.
I don't know if I had anyone better. Barry?
No.
How about Terrell Davis?
I don't think so.
I'll go
with the Duke.
I'll go Duke. All right, wide receivers.
Let's see who you had. You had Ted Ginn. You had John. You had a lot of John Browns.
Brown. God, I didn't get any receivers. I got Bolden, Amari Cooper,
Base Amari,
John,
Johnny Brown,
Ted Ginn,
Ladarius.
All right, so Ted Ginn, John Brown.
You could probably run both John Browns.
Probably could.
I would guess.
All right, Teddy Ballgame Ginn. I got that John Brown.
So you
too.
kind of have all speed receivers. Does that change the playbook you might pick?
You probably not really, actually. Where is he at?
You got Amari Cooper, 81. That's his rookie with 92 speed. You've got a different John Brown. You've got Ted Ginn at the 2.
Yeah, 3.
Mole's in the house. What's up, Mole?
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Okay. Gibbs trying to fill out his receivers here from his packs, making an all-pack lineup, and he's going with John Brown, Ted Ginn, and Amari Cooper at the top 3 spots. He needs one more guy to kind of fill everything out. He could maybe go with like a real strong receiver. That Crowder's kind of good.
It's kind of good.
Or I saw an Anquan Bolden in there.
Yeah,
he's
I saw
really
him too.
slow, but he's got good catching traffic. That Rivera too.
Yeah, this is probably the guy. He's really slow. And then we'll put Kendall Wright out there.
Kendall Wright at the 5.
Just to round it out. I'm not going to run like the dude thing. That's silly.
Okay. As Gibbs.
It's silly.
Taking
It's silly.
Taking a stand.
It's kind of silly. I need another halfback. All right,
Halfback
so
wise,
Burkhead's pretty
with
good.
the Doug.
Duggernot's not bad. Melvin, okay.
You have Todd Gurley. I would just start him and avoid everything else. He's probably the dude.
Just the third back.
Little 3-back set. You're gonna go with Ladarius Green here.
Yeah. Darius.
Let's see.
Where is he?
Rivera's not bad.
Where is he? Gary Gilliam?
Did you pass him? There he is. 92 speed tight end for Gibbs right there. Let's see.
Set it up. And just throw what's his name in there. This guy.
Rivera.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do defensive starters, and we'll come back and do the line while
Sure.
we're going over other stuff. We're gonna go look through Gibbs' defense here, see what he has in his lineup. He's gonna go through newest. He's got a Bradley Roby that he's gonna want in there. He's got a Munnerlin, a Shields, J-Ron Hosley, Mark Barron. He got pretty good in the secondary. He's also got a Brandon Flowers, who normally, isn't your main guy that you want, but feels pretty good about it in this situation. Not a bad guy to have on your team. You like Shields because he can play man.
A little bit, yeah. Gives you a little bit more.
All right, Captain Munnerlin's a zone defender. He's a guy that pops up in draft champs quite a bit, and you'll
He's a nice option in draft if you play zone.
yeah. If you want to play zone coverage, Munnerlin could be your guy.
Hosley, not bad.
Maxwell's pretty good, actually. Let's see what else he's doing.
I don't hate this team.
You going with Flowers?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never excited to go? What is it, Randall?
That's not the OG. That's not the Schefter Demarius Randall.
Yeah, gotta go him. Gotta go him. Free safety, go Mark Barron. Ooh.
Charles Woodson's a little slower, 82 speed, but
Barron.
pretty decent. Mark Barron, team of the week right there. And let's see if he's going to go with Landry, maybe, with the hit power, or if he puts Darian Stewart and moves him over.
Stewart's pretty good.
That seemed like the wise choice.
Yeah,
in
Stewart's
this
pretty good.
On the defensive, at the linebacker spot, What do you think?
I don't even remember. I don't know if I drafted anybody.
You got a couple team of the weeks, I think. You got the one guy from the Raiders.
Jamie Collins.
You got a couple Zombos. You got a Jamie Collins. Kiko Alonso's pretty good. A little slow. But he's a high play rec guy. High zone, high play rec guy, I think.
Merciless, that one's nice.
That's not the one. Zombo's
pretty legit.
Could be there for you. Heaney is fast. He's actually a pretty good run stopper.
I'm gonna go with Collins. The 1, he'll be playing matched up man. At the 2, I'm gonna go Heaney because he'll be a good user.
You got a user the Heaney with 88 speed.
Yep.
And then you're gonna go to the outside spot.
Yeah, this spot needs to have good coverage.
Okay.
So Zombo might be the guy here. Zombo's gonna have to be the guy. Bradham's could get that done, but
he's got some hit power. Jo has Vic 75 as his quarterback, so he didn't really pick up a QB that he needed. Gibbs got the Manziel, so he feels like he can rock with that. It's not the ideal guy if you're playing against like a stud team, but if you're just playing against an average team, then he's more than ample to get the job done for your squad. So we could combine with John Browns, but we're just not going to do that because he didn't pull him out of the pack. So, and I'm not sure if he'd be available right now. So this is a pack and play. Gibbs opened
old school draft
20 All-Madden packs.
Yep.
And he just decided to make a team with whatever he could from the All-Madden packs. And he can only use offensive and defensive books that he pulled. We don't know what he pulled for defense. I know he got Chiefs offense, but I'll have to go through his most recent and try and find out what playbooks he's going to use.
All right, D-tackle, jeez. Troop's got some. Yeah, Troop's going to have to be the guy.
Troop's got some beef in the middle.
Troop's going to have to be that guy.
Shout out to Captain Corey, 24, for the idea. Who's been doing them. I think we did one last year. Me, Jo, Captain Corey, and somebody else. It's a fun way before. It was like pre-draft champs. Rich man's draft champs.
This is like a kind of a draft champions. Almost like a little bit better of a draft champions team, but
it's like more like you get to pick your base player, sort of, or something.
Yeah, where's my Neil? Mike Daniels.
It'd be interesting to see if Gibbs can adapt with defense to see what he wants. I'm not sure what he's currently running, what he's doing. He's used to using a good team. It'll be interesting. You had a couple Lions dudes that weren't bad. Reed, yeah. He's not great.
Gonna have to do.
All right, we're gonna jump into the mailbag here. We'll have Gibbs fill out the rest of his team. Do you want to pick your Super Bowl legend real quick?
You got to do it.
Okay, how am I gonna do it?
You do it from my head.
Oh, just pick a random dude.
Or I could, yeah, just like from the Super Bowl legend.
Okay.
Like, close your eyes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So there's 16 Super Bowl legends. I'm going to go to random.org, and I'm just going to go 1 through 16, and then 1 at the top, 16 at the bottom. All right, S. Gibbs, Super Bowl legend, random.org, number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Steve Atwater.
Okay. I can.
You almost got Jeff Saturday.
I can jive with that.
Almost got Jeff Saturday.
Is that good?
That would not have been peak lucky.
All right. I'm gonna go Steve Atwater. Bang.
Then you play Mark Barron at the strong safety.
Yep.
Wish it was Jeff Saturday.
He got Malcolm Smith. FYI.
That was his. Malcolm Smith's a great, fast linebacker.
Set it and forget it type.
Do we want to set a line on this game? How much are you going to beat Jo by?
I don't want to.
Some of the chat saying rip Jo.
Don't want to settle.
I'm gonna make you a 7-point favorite.
Me?
Although I bet you're a little rusty.
I haven't played Madden in a week,
so that could happen.
Madden challenge, man. You know, out there getting ready for everything.
I watched a lot of Madden.
Yeah.
I talked a lot of Madden.
Didn't play a lot of Madden. All right, now I gotta do my offensive line.
Not a ton of stick time, and a fullback. All right, I'm gonna take a look at the next mailbag question.
What
here.
if I don't have an
Gibbs
offensive lineman?
Finishes it up. You always do. There will be. These are the season vets we talked about earlier. If I had to rank them, I would say Santana Moss 1, Tony Romo 2, Jason Peters 3, Eric Weddle 4, Babineau 5. All right. This is a question for Gibbs. We'll maybe jump into practice mode after he gets set up before we play the game. But best red zone scoring playbook in the Browns playbook. You got something? I know there's
Wildcat,
a single
baby.
back. You like to go Wildcat.
I like to go Wildcat and just not joke around.
You don't like to throw in like the deep corner area?
It's very difficult. Wheels out of the backfield can be really effective. Also, you saw Skimbo in the Madden Challenge game. He used a drag, and then he used a motion up. So he let the drag drift away all the zones, and then he used a playmaker upfield and completed that pass against Mo to tie the game. So those obviously will work very, very well.
PA shot, yeah. Some people like those because they allow you to get to the corner, and then you can always throw a high pass. One thing I want to throw more of is high passes in the red zone. I feel like that's a good place to do it.
Great place, yeah.
But I always feel like I overthrew a lot at the start of the year, but then I've seen people throw those high passes and not really get in as much trouble, so maybe that's something to start re-exploring. Next question in the mailbag right here is from, let's see. Remember, you can submit your questions on Twitter, at Madden Bible, at SGibbs7. Okay. Best game in the Madden Challenge. Gibbs from Appleman3 wants to know, what was your favorite game in the Madden Challenge?
Skimbo versus Problem to get to the championship game because there was so much riding on the line. I had felt that going into it, it was a great matchup for Skimbo to go against Problem. Problem runs that cover two aggressive style defense. Always has, it's his MO, right? And Skimbo has a gun bunch offense that's built to attack flooding and flood zones. So I felt like it could be a really interesting matchup. You saw Skimbo gets out to the early gigantic lead, 21 points, and you'd think that Problem's down and out. Mm-hmm. But he fights back, and I felt, if there was just more time in that game, he could have came back and won that game.
That's the narrative that's going around. I heard AJ say that today. I just disagree. I think he scored too many points for it to be like because it wasn't a fluke lead. It's not like he got, like the Shugs game, he got a fumble, and that's a game where maybe he might have caught up. But the Problem game, I know he got a stop later. He got like a tipped pick. It wasn't like a user pick where he adjusted. It was he threw one-on-one to Alshon.
Can I have Ndamukong too?
And it was a pick. You got McManus?
Brad Wayne.
Oh yeah, you can pump with Sue if you want.
Sure.
Pump with Brillerwall, sure. It was 21-0, then it was 28-7. Problem battled back. And then when it was 28-14, he threw the pick and Problem made it 28-21. Skimbo got ball. I was like, this is scary. But then Skimbo went down and scored.
Right.
You know, on the long run.
You got to get to him. He did that every time.
So he just kept like scoring. So yeah, eventually he might have got a stop. But I feel like Skimbo had really good run defense at the start of the game, but then it kind of went away.
He had one of the best defenses in the whole tournament.
Right. I think that's kind of the unsung part, is in the Shugs game, his defense won in the game.
Right.
And then in the Problem game, his offense won in the game. Somebody in the chat said, Vintage, how about Skimbo's tight end inside post and bunch? That was just, that was something that didn't work against Bo, but it worked against Problem. And it was a great play.
We people were like behind the scenes again, like when they were playing, we were all talking with RG, talking with Farrells, and talking with AJ and the Goo. We were all talking about that post. We're like, wow, this is one of those game-changing routes that's really working and is really effective in the red zone. So that kind of goes back to that last question, red zone question. Like, wow, like that's really good.
Well, that's something you want to explore. I feel like it's definitely really, really nice. My favorite game was probably the Boogs Problem game, just because of the tension during that game. It was an early game on Tuesday. Boogs was, 2 or 3 throws away, and he was hitting that drag across the middle, and it was the same gun bunch, and Problem just kept running the ball. And I kept thinking, like, all right, it's a 3rd and 4, he's not going to run it this time. And he ran it again, and he got the first down. Then it was, 2nd and 8, and he still ran the ball. And it was, it made me feel like when I ran Indianapolis at the start of the year, the shovel option, the inside zone to the right, I won a lot of games. And I ran inside zone, had great success, and people kept saying, you can't pass. You're not any good. You got Patriots defense for real?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14th playbook.
Does that mean anything?
Yeah.
How so?
You get 20, you get one playbook.
Times?
Yeah. You get
You
22
open 30
playbooks.
packs?
20 packs.
And that's the 14th D-book?
This is the 14th D-book on the newest.
You only got 7 O-books?
I don't know.
We have to get a ruling from the chat on this. I don't think so.
Okay.
14 out of 20 were defensive?
I don't know. How many is it?
Sketchy. Nah.
Sketchy?
Harpua said sketchy. I didn't say sketchy.
Sketchy?
J.M. Louis, sketchy.
Is it really?
Very sketchy.
Hit RB to C. Okay. Hit RB to C date. That's fair. That's very fair.
That's very fair.
I that was my math on it. My bad. Like, I changed my head coach, did I not? Okay, so so we can see. What? Sure. Let's figure it out. Say 210. All right, so Redskins, Packers. What? That's fine. I'm changing it. Chiefs. You good? Yeah? What? My bad?
Yeah, that is your bad, bro.
So that's what we're here for. I need your help.
Mole, that's dirty, bro.
What's the mole?
Trying to slip in that Pat's D, bro. Chiefs are good?
Yep.
That's how you get Chiefs. Definitely awkward sea turtle right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? All right.
I respect the hustle.
I wasn't hustling
you're
anything.
Only playing J.O.
I wasn't hustling anything. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really high up on the list. And I
just gave
grabbed
J.O. like the biggest backhand compliment.
All right. Is J.O. my friend?
Do you want to go into practice mode or?
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah. Do you want to play him right now? We'll go to practice mode after?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll lock in against J.O. here. We'll keep exploring these questions and then we'll touch up some more in practice after the game.
See, Crimson knows.
Hardcore cheating. It's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. How was I supposed to know? They didn't check the PSI of the items. Best
Did
game in Madden
I changed
Challenge.
my coach out of respect for the game. He's a 91? Oh, okay. Who's cheating now?
No, when he loads in, he won't be a 91.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There you go, 84, Gibbs.
All right, good.
Boo-hoo, buddy. I'm going against Gibbs this game. J.O., you're from New York. If you've ever done anything,
I already played J.O. this year.
Yeah, and you beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's been studying.
Don't toegate this one, Farles.
We got to be very careful with that, for real.
Really?
Yeah, Xbox is right there. Any of these other games stand out to you? The nephew D. Jones games. D. Jones just put on a great show. I mean, that's just a tough game. You get down, even the best can lose like that.
Listen,
I've had games where it hasn't gone my way either.
It's the classic
mistake.
It's the classic game we saw people fall victim to D. Jones the entire tournament. You drive, and then he would get people in these third and long situations like early on in the game, like 3rd and 19 for nephew. He throws a pass into the end zone, figuring it's safe. Just aggressive catching. You catch it every time, right?
Yeah.
And it's tipped, and he picks it off. And then that's like a tone setter for D. Jones. Makes him feel good, gives him confidence on offense. Your opponent, it makes them feel terrible. So, I don't know. You want to switch seats?
If you want me to.
Yeah, I might want to switch seats.
All right, let's go into the game here. We're going to go full screen on this bad boy.
Still Gibbs kick. How's his controller?
It's a little bit laggy, like on the kicks.
Yeah?
But it's not bad. That was just on D. Jones' screen. Yeah, it wasn't on... not D. Jones, just on Tenacious. Yeah.
That return's good for about 11.
JL. Classic JL.
All right. Here it is. S. Gibbs against J.O. We've got a pack in play. Both players open 20 All-Madden packs. Could only use players from their All-Madden packs. However, they were allowed one random Super Bowl legend for their team. Gibbs got Steve Atwater, and J.O. got Malcolm Smith. Gibbs tried to
dial up a blitz right away.
He tried to I don't want to say cheat because that's not the right word, but he definitely tried to cheat and use the Patriots defensive book.
No, I didn't.
So now he's going to blitz J.O. to prove that he can still get pressure from other formations to try and say that he didn't cheat. It's the classic S. Gibbs scenario. I've seen it once. I've seen it 1,000 times. J.O. will have to be ready, and anytime Gibbs drags out that Zombo off the left edge, he has to know that it could potentially come in as pressure. But J.O.'s going to block the halfback. He's going to go to that skimbo route across the middle. And by skimbo route, I mean the route we ran in Madden 25.
Yeah.
The post from Z-Spot in Gun Bunch, basically. But it's unpressable. Got a good cut. J.O. picks up the pressure, tries to scramble away with Vic. Gibbs lays out with Bobby the Brain Heaney. Ben Heaney, not his name. And lays out. J.O. probably should have got rid of that ball, but I think if that's flashback Vic, he gets away, but since it's just base Michael Vick, he's really not that fast. Pat's uniforms here, always trying to get an edge, is that Vic trying to roll out to the left one more time. Gibbs doing a good job forcing Vic to roll away. With most quarterbacks in Ultimate Team, you want to let them roll to the left, but Gibbs is keeping Vic in and forcing him to roll to the right because he's a left-handed quarterback. It's a smart play. Gibbs on 3rd and 16 going to go to quarters, 1-3-7, play two-man. We saw this work a little bit. We saw, what's weird though is Shugs even tried to use this against Skimbo, and Skimbo was too ready for it. It's interesting. Patience, he's got the underneath, he's got that. Gibbs users, run with Vic, you got it. Get to the right, you got it. Dive, layout, slide, you can't. Oh. Okay, 39-yard line. We don't know if J.O. got a kicker. We don't know if he has McManus. We don't know if he doesn't have McManus. We don't know if he's got a inside zone. Has his quick audible in this formation. I would guess no because he's in Tampa Bay, I think. Gibbs trying to bluff up near the line. He ran commit, and J.O. overthrows with Michael Vick on 4th and 2. Had a wide open touchdown.
Let's go.
S. Gibbs, Spider Sense, tried to use run commit, scared J.O., made him throw the ball early. Bold strategy right there. Paid off. Gibbs is going to go with this trips Y flex tight formation in the Chiefs playbook. Do you want to take over the audio, Gibbs?
Let's go.
At the 39-yard line, the Giants with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime.
Now he's going to change the play and look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
Takes it from the gun.
Dot Manziel, Johnny Dot Manziel. Let's go. Let's go. You know, we're out here. No big deal.
They must find a way to create separation for their quarterback.
Loud him up.
Patriots have it at the 44.
Fall, stand your feet. Go. Crib shot. See ya, J.O. See you next week. And I was like, oh, I'm from New York, and the New York Rangers, they're going to be wicked good this year, kid. Oh, my God, Bobby Orr. Is that the even right team? I don't even know Bobby Orr, kid. Let's go. Get out of here, J.O. Crib shot. Ronnie Hillman. Let's go. You know, listen. He comes in, sets up the big dime 146 run defense. I like that. I appreciate that. Hit 6. Let's go. Out here just running nickel psycho, just dialing up pressure like it ain't no thing.
Playing press coverage to the outside. Vic in shotgun formation.
Just Vic, you know? Listen, it's not my fault, J.O. It's not my fault, J.O. Tell you that right now, J.O. Life's tough. Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
After the incomplete pass, it brings up second down. To the ground.
It's Frank Zombo. Frank Zombo.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
Third and 8.
Just look at the gastric bypass. Let's go. Listen, guys, I go from formation to formation, playbook to playbook. You don't think I'm going to just generate heat out of thin air? Let's go. The mad scientist. Mad scientist. I invented this blitzing game, boys and girls, if you're watching. Let's go. You know, I'm just out here running raw organic blitzes. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. It's out here running raw organic offenses. Ooh. Ooh. Having heat out of the psycho. Let's go. Could be a couple chicks.
First down at the 19. Here's the quick toss.
Look at the fake pitch. Go, 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 Johnny. Go, Johnny. Go, 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 Johnny. Go, Johnny. Go, go. Crib shot. Oh, look at Johnny. Do you hear that, J.O.? J.O. J.O. Do you hear that? Do you hear that, J.O.? Huh? You like the fake pitch, J.O.? Huh? Bet you didn't laugh that, did you? Let's go. Ooh. Bet you didn't see the fake pitch coming, did you? Bang, bang. On the door, baby. Ooh. Ooh. Let's go. Farles is never going to believe this. My boy Sam gets it.
And here they are back on the field. Another 3 and out, I would have to think, would be very demoralizing to this team right now, Phil.
Yeah, it's going to be demoralizing to the offense, but I'll tell you who's going to be more demoralized is the defense, because they need to sit on the sidelines and get a little rest. So
oh, what are you? No, 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 no.
Who got you?
I just crib shotted him. Huh?
14-0.
Looks like they're in press coverage.
Hey Skibbs, you'll be happy to know that I've notified the local authorities, and they are reporting that trying to use an unauthorized playbook is not a felony. Like, I thought it was a felony, but apparently it's just a misdemeanor.
Come on.
So your playbook cheese will not be reported.
Oh, okay. Good.
He switched to Andy Dalton?
Dude, I just had the run of a lifetime with Johnny Manziel. I did a fake pitch, crib shot, 80-yard touchdown run from the Wildcat.
Wildcat, okay.
Let's go.
Still haven't tried a toasted peanut butter and jelly. And if you mean toast, then yes, I've had toast with both peanut butter and jelly on it, but I've never put it together like a sandwich, because that's not simple. Check down underneath, 2nd and 10. Good route by J.O. So you stopped them on the 4th and 2. You scored?
Mm-hmm.
With what?
Johnny Manziel.
And then you got the ball back?
Yeah, because he went
for it again?
I forget how I got the ball back.
Yeah, how'd you score the second time? I wasn't gone that long. He benched Michael Vick. Fake pitch. I don't know if you can still fake pitch. You used to be able to in NCAA football. I want to say you can't fake pitch. The gas is coming in.
Yeah, I know. I got blitzes for days, kid.
From multiple formations?
Yeah.
Then why'd you try and cheat?
Where's your caffeine? Where's caffeine?
You gotta type it in.
Me? Who, me?
If you have blitzes from every formation, why would you try and weasel your way into the pass book?
I think that's the part that you're not understanding.
No, that is what I'm not understanding. Why would you try and cheat? You want to play in J.O., who apparently can beat easily. Andy Dalton picks up the pressure. Good route.
Good route. Good route. Good route, J.O.
I mean, it's not like he's using his best team against you.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you think?
No, I mean, Hillman broke a tackle for like 40 yards. Wait, you fake pitched or you tried to pitch but it didn't let you pitch?
Fake pitched.
What's the fake pitch button?
Can't tell you.
He just tried to pitch.
Not true.
I'll beat it out of him after this game. 14-0 S. Gibbs, pack and play.
Oh, you.
Both him and his opponent, JO30, opened 20 All-Madden packs. Could only use what was in there. Rich Man's Draft Champions. And JO had Andy Dalton and Michael Vick both letting him down early. He needs a red zone play here as Gibbs has already been up 14-0 in this game so far. Let's see. Gibbs trying to send pressure, and it's working so far. JO's doing what he can, though, to try and pick it up. As the second quarter starts, he's got the blitz picked up. He goes to the corner route, tries to possession catch it, does, but he comes up 2 yards short. Vick back in here on 3rd and 2 from the 4-yard line. Cecil Shorts right there. Gibbs doesn't run commit. And Thomas Rawls goes in for the touchdown on the inside zone. That's 4th and 2 earlier in the game. Jo chose not to run. From that exact formation, Gibbs ran commit, which was good. Because if he had ran, then he wouldn't have obviously got it.
Had it forced the pass because the guy came in.
Yeah, I think the timing got thrown off. You got your lawyer June Cab in the chat.
Yeah, June Cab's my guy.
He's backing you up. He doesn't know you though. He doesn't know you. He's a public defender. He's forced to.
June Cab's
He's forced to take on all cases.
June Cab's my guy.
He's forced to take on all cases.
Is that true?
Yeah, pretty sure as a public defender you have to. I don't actually. I'm not a lawyer. Let's just go with that. I'm also not a doctor, but I could use one. All right, Ronnie Hillman. So you're going with the Chiefs playbook. You're familiar with it somewhat?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with? Are like you just know that it has good formations, or are you familiar with like the quick audibles in this whole scheme?
I'm familiar with the whole. I've labbed this plenty.
And now you. Oh man, Jo pops Hillman. He has 2 guys try and dive on the fumble. Gibbs guy sort of Cam Newton that fumble, but somehow he got on it.
Very lucky there.
Very fortunate. 3rd and 4, setting up the inside zone D. Oh, and another fumble, and this time he does scoop it, and he scores! S. Gibbs to quell Jackson, 14-14. And that looks like Super Bowl hero Malcolm Smith in the game. Back-to-back fumbles for Gibbs. Ronnie Hillman, we said he was a sleeper, but we did note that 87 carry when you put him in the lineup, and now Gibbs, after being up 14-0, is back to 14-14, and that's why you called Jo #the kid.
Wow. 2 lumbers. 2 lumberjacks. I feel like I just got a lumberjack meal for breakfast.
Gibbs didn't thank the Madden gods after his first fumble recovery, and now they're laughing at him, you know? Karma is tough. Are you going to sub Ronnie Hillman out, or are you going to keep him in the game?
Keep him in the game. He's my horse. He's my horse.
Yeah,
That's my quarterback. It's my horse.
So Gibbs in the Wildcat formation here, Johnny Manziel, and pitches it, and it's another fumble, and Duke Johnson jumps on it. Wow, Ron Parker with the tackle. Ron Parker, good safety for Jo. Gibbs now 2nd and 17, and Jo back in this thing. Let's go, Jo, in the chat. J. Reed Vick bringing it back to the NHL collapse you had against me. Double.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Is that really true?
I mean, see, I'm here and now you're nervous. Maybe Johnny Manziel.
Come on, Johnny Foos. Come on, Johnny Foos.
3 carries, 79 yards, 1 touchdown for Manziel so far. Gun bunch quads. 3rd and 14. We'll see if Jo is going to stay with man, go to zone. See how Gibbs is going to try and attack it. We'll have to. We don't know Jo's full lineup, so we're not sure if what he's got on offense, what he's got on defense. He got popped right there. That was Malcolm Smith. He even got like hung up coming in, and he still laid the lumbers. That's Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith. impact player. Jo not pressing here. Ladarius Green.
The Patriots call a timeout. They're first.
Gibbs goes to gun trips instead of gun bunch, or gun bunch quads.
Maybe.
How come?
Depends.
Jo sent me the lineup.
Depends on what I feel like doing, Farles, you know.
Let's see here.
Third down now. Playing press coverage to the outside. The Patriots will look to get to the 29 to pick up a first.
3rd and 14. Gibbs just used his first timeout. Try and get a setup in. Looks like Jo's user in on the left side here. John Brown's going to get motioned across the formation. Snapped on the hop. And it's open for him. A great route right there. If you didn't see what happened, Gibbs put John Brown on an in route, smart routed it, motion snapped it, and it was really tough combo with the corner, and that was a good route by Gibbs. He's also patient, got enough timing to throw it, and Manziel delivers it. So, did you make that up on the fly, or is that something that you've done
On the
before?
fly. On the fly. Using man. Just had to do it.
Ooh, Gibbs thinks he found himself a man beater. It's the track. It's the bomb track right there. Here we go. Johnny Manziel cuts it up the middle.
Ooh, I think that I found myself a man beater.
40 seconds.
Yeah, you know. It's out here running the ball.
Gibbs not as chirpy. Up 14,
Me?
chirping a lot.
I chirp Mick Chirpyton.
Ooh, Manziel.
Oh, give me a block, kid. Guy Dubois. Ooh, I think that I found myself a man beater. Zoe is right there when I need her.
The Patriots at the line of scrimmage with their set of receivers in a bunch formation.
Gibbs started Coach Andy Reid this game. 3rd and 8. 5 seconds left, and the quarter's going to run out. We're going to have to talk to Coach Reid. Had plenty of timeouts.
I'm good.
What were we thinking there?
Didn't like the time I had the clock. Didn't like the situation I was in. Just take it for the half.
You didn't like the clock ticking down?
Live to fight another day again. Dream holiday.
Are you all right?
Yeah. What? You good? What?
Are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm great. You?
Can you not beat man?
Me? No, I can. Can you? Good.
Not especially, but this game's not about me. You're playing jail right now. You had a drive right there at the end of the half, and you let the clock tick out.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a good drive right here.
Manziel's back in shotgun formation.
Ooh, Sacklage fumble. Ball's out. Justin Pugh. Pew, 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 pew. Takes a 9-yard sack. Mike Neal getting in there for Jo. And now Gibbs, 2nd and 21. Thought he had man. Little playmaker. Jo mixing it up.
Yeah, that's true. Play Jay.
We are not sure what Gibbs is doing. 2nd and 21. I might have to take over. Manziel making his adjustments. Johnny Hotcakes Brown going out to the right side. And underneath throw to Ronnie Hillman, but he can't shake free. He gets 6 yards, though, to make it a 3rd and 15. Serious Mo reporting he wants a rematch, according to D. Stu.
Oh, Serious Mo wants a rematch?
Gibbs did beat Serious Mo straight up. Gibbs not looking like the guy that beat Serious Mo in this current game, but it really did happen, and it was even teams.
Play clock's running down.
Weird. Corner route, overthrow. And Gibbs gonna punt here on 4th and 15 from his own 11. Had a chance to get, at least 3. Here's what I didn't like about Gibbs' drive before the half, besides the part where he let all the time run out. Besides from that, Gibbs does this thing where he... Bad punt, too.
Great punt.
He basically gave him a free field goal.
Me? That's not true.
Gibbs does a thing where he
to take the lead in this game, Phil.
He starts
The second half.
Yeah, they would like to do that.
drives with like 3 minutes left in the half, and he'll just go and he's like he turns into like instant field goal mode. He's like, I'm just gonna get a field goal. But then he's only like aiming for the precipice of a field goal. Like he's only going. Oh my goodness, running inside zone off the right side, J.O. Please. Okay, juke, double juke. Oh, a hoppy sticks. And that's a touchdown right there for Thomas Rawls. Gets in. Second of the day, I think, right there. 40-yard catch. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know what? You put the pressure on the defense. Let's go out there and do
So,
their job. Don't get
he does this thing where he resigns himself to a field goal like too early in the drive.
Oh, I do that?
Yeah, and then you just play to like try and get to the 40.
That's what.
I've seen you do it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you don't keep going for the field goal, and then you get stuck at the 20, and you're like, yeah, I'll just kick the field goal. You're like, no, I'm only going to try and get to a field goal.
Okay.
And it creates this, like, yeah, because then if you fail on the drive, you get nothing instead of if you fail on a TV drive, then you get a field goal. It's like this.
Precipice.
The precipice. That was a good juke.
That was a good shoot.
Shearer, I'm checking on Gibbs' voice. I'm going to maybe bring him some hot tea, see if he can talk. It is weird that he lost his voice, specifically when the lead was close. Oh, he's got B, but he can't get it out. Had the route.
Had to wait.
J.O. fighting hard, was down 14-0.
He's fighting back.
Fighting back, 21-14. Gibbs in the Kansas City offense. Early fumble, 2 fumbles on the back-to-back plays from Ronnie Hillman. Hurting right now. Let's see if Gibbs is, Ooh.
Get up.
Gibbs with a Gibbs forces the throw there. Ted Ginn makes it on a conservative catch. That seems to be what both these guys are doing right now. They're holding conservative catch. Not a great read, but not the worst. Kind of like Twilight. Entertaining. Ted Ginn can't hold on in traffic.
Ball game games.
Shout out to the chat. We got all the regulars. Destroyer Man 22 with the sub hype. We got Zan in here as Forward Progress Madden. BU Tweezy. Wolfman's here. Sugar Seam. Texas Whispers. Obviously June Cab. Some bad tackling by J.O. Gibbs picks it up. Ronnie Hillman doesn't take a big hit. Gibbs trying to tie this game. Remember, guys, 2 bundles of All-Madden packs. 20 All-Madden packs opened to get these lineups. That is all that is in here, except 1 Super Bowl legend each. Gibbs got Atwater and Malcolm Smith for J.O. Johnny Manziel just 4 for 9 right now.
That's a wonderful job that time by the secondary. Everybody's in position. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football, and it leads to another incomplete pass. Second down and 10.
All right, the check down is there, and the big hit comes in from the corner. Looks like adjustment was made. Gibbs with a balanced attack, 10 passes, 10 rushes, but since taking a 14-0 lead, hasn't scored. 1 punt on the books. 1 fumble. 3rd and 10.
He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Midfield. 40 seconds left. Johnny Manziel takes the snap, looks across the middle. He's got the drag, but he's got the other route going to Amari Cooper. Good little crossing levels pattern right there, and Cooper picks up the first down on that 3rd down. Big conversion right there. I think the teams were fairly even. I'd say J.O.'s got the weaker QB a little bit. Run play, Ronnie Hillman, up the seam, crib shot. That's the difference in Ronnie Hillman, what he can do for you when he's not fumbling. He's got that ability right there on the halfback base. You saw when he got to the linebacker, it looked like there was a chance he might get tackled, but he's too fast for that. No 2-point conversion there, too early. Still got time to give up a touchdown.
Yeah, I plenty of time to throw the game away. That's what you want me to say.
That'd be good.
They're setting up the return.
Ooh, Kiko.
Ooh, Kiko.
And a run back of about
Gibbs
8.
learning how to talk again now that he's tied the game.
Sure.
Again, and that's
I
exactly
think so.
what they've been doing here lately. They've taken it all the way down the field on the last 2 possessions for touchdowns. Phil, can they
Yeah, the
make
96
three
Von
straight?
Miller's
Let me say
very
this to
good.
you, Jim. It's just not that easy.
You're
As
gonna
we're
like
watching
what
this
he brings to
team
the
and how they're
table. I
playing on
think
the offensive side,
I don't want to say he's a
they
novelty
look
item,
easy, but trust me, I was
but
down
you
there
really
for
got to
a
be able
time.
to afford him.
It's a hard job.
This should be the last play of the quarter.
First and 10 for J.O. Last play of the third quarter coming up right here.
The Giants have it at the 34.
Motions, got the route across the middle, but he drops the ball. Dalton tried to connect with his receiver right there. I thought he probably should have hung on to that, but
Ted Ginn should hold on to the balls too.
he was hit at the time of the catch. That was a step or two. Fourth quarter, S. Gibbs and J.O. tied at 21, 4 minutes to go. Gibbs on defense, Pat's uniforms. User in making adjustments. J.O. with Andy Dalton at QB and Michael Vick here. He's trying to roll away and he gets rid of it.
Throw that.
PA post was the call.
I'll tell you what catches a defense by surprise. Run a double move on the outside against the defensive back. Because everybody
I would say Team of the Week Darby might be able to replace him, or the new Bradley Roby could replace your 85 Gilmore. J.O. with the motion out to the right side of the halfback. Michael Vick in the game. J.O.'s going to roll. He's got the underneath route, and he picks up a first down, gets a block, keeps going down the sideline, stays in. Mark Barron pushes him out, but a big chunk of yards right there as the 2-3 yard catch to Cecil Big Daddy Shorts picks up a nice gain. J.O. 17 passes, 3 rushes. Here's his 4th of the game. Did you run commit there? Just blitzed everybody. J.O. with his 4th run of the day doesn't go anywhere, makes it 2nd and 13. He's got 1 rushing touchdown. Here, he's chewing the clock, which Gibbs loves. Vic sets his feet. Cecil picks it up. Vic just 4 for 9 so far. 3rd and 6. He's in field goal range on this 3rd and 6. So we'll have to see how he handles Gibbs' defense. Gibbs is in the Packers defense. So he has nickel psycho. I think it's the only formation in the game that has nickel psycho. Only playbook in the game with this formation. It's 1 DT, 5 linebackers. Where I think they switched most of the other ones to 2 D linemen, 4 backers. All right, 3rd and 6. Dalton looking across, goes deep, and this A catch is pretty serious.
Good route.
Nice route right there. What route was that? Cool.
Post.
Post? Yeah. That's tough PA post. Swiftwood, I'm starting to upgrade my team from gold to elite. Are there any really relatively cheap elites that stand out? You should be able to find all the base elites for pretty cheap, but I think you can do a lot better with Team of the Week, golds and elites at this point for not much of a difference in price. 200K tight ends. I'd just get a receiver, play him there, to be honest.
2nd down here.
2nd and goal here. Gibbs taking 2 timeouts so far. J.O. knocking on the door for a touchdown as he motions out his halfback. Andy Dalton under center. 2:20 left in the game. 21-21. Goes out to the flat and he just drops the ball. Tough break for J.O. That's what he's been dealt all game, and he's fought back. Gibbs was up 14-0. J.O. came back, went up 21-14. Gibbs tied at 21-21, and now J.O. driving here, trying to get a touchdown instead of a field goal, which Gibbs will then have to answer. Third and goal, 2:16 left. Tie game. Andy Dalton looking. Waiting patiently. Playmaker. Great blocking up front. Great patience from Jo. And he finally overthrows. Had a little bit of a window if that angle could have got in deeper behind the flat. But instead, he's forced to settle for 3. Gibbs chose not to send us by there. Just wanted to keep him in there.
I think if I rushed him, I think he would have been no scramble.
I think so.
Well, I'm sure they would have loved to kick that field goal as time expired, but that's not
Takes it to the 2-minute warning, though. And now Gibbs, with just 1 timeout, can't afford a turnover.
And now the defense, go out there and do your job.
You saw a little.
There was a lane.
You saw a little like.
There was a lane.
You saw a little.
The Patriots are looking to build.
We'll see if Gibbs goes to the Wildcat, see if he goes to the Gun Bunch Weak, see if he goes to the Gun Bunch Quad, see if he goes to the wide trips flex inside zone. We know he can't pass.
True.
We know he's had some trouble running. Ronnie Hillman's coughed it up a little bit, and he takes another blast from the secondary, but he hangs on this time. 2nd and 1.
That's true.
See if Gibbs decides to let this half run out also without a fight. He just needs 3. Just needs 3. See if he puts Ronnie Hillman's head on the chopping block. Yeah, Gibbs is playing the game, the dude in the flannel. The guy that looks like Al Borland is the one playing. Minute 15 left. 2nd and 4. Johnny Manziel calling signals. Pack and play. S. Gibbs against Jo. Goes to the corner route. Teddy ball game. Again, almost broke that. But the DB made a lunging tackle.
To make a mental mistake in this situation.
Going to the hurry up. Under a minute to go here.
50 seconds left. Johnny Manziel making his adjustments inside zone. Ronnie Hillman picks up 3. S. Gibbs up 14-0. Went down 21-14, trying to tie this game against Jo at 24 or go for the win. He's got 1 timeout to go. He's at the 30-yard line on a 3rd and 4. Let's see what S. Gibbs does here. He goes with the run, and Ronnie Hillman can't pick it up, and Jo's going to take a timeout with 19 seconds left. I settle for field goals. Gibbs is going to have to settle for a field goal here. He got on the precipice, decided he didn't want the touchdown.
That's not true.
Laid down. Now Jo will have 15 seconds to see if he can win this game in regulation. Unlikely. Looks like this one will go to overtime.
He put the snap right on the money to Holder, and a beautiful kick.
That I found myself a man beater. Ooh, I think that I found myself a man beater.
I would have scored, but
You would have?
probably. Just natural.
Yeah?
The SNS Gibbs stands for settle for field goal.
If it doesn't work, you figure, well, let's try to get into overtime. So be careful on these first couple plays and make sure you don't
See what he is. Gibbs going quarters 1-3-7 right here. If Jo had to play that beat quarters 1-3-7, now would be the time to run, right?
Now would be the time.
Now would be the time. 24-24, pack and play. 20 All-Madden packs each. S. Gibbs against Jo. Jo on offense. Andy Dalton. Gibbs on defense. Wow, he had a pretty big gain right there to Brown, but he overthrew the slant. And that would have been pretty nice.
Second down following that incompletion.
Now it looks like with 9 seconds, Gibbs going to drop everybody back. Smart play here. This is the D.
Gonna go draw. They'll mark him at the 22.
Gibbs take a time with 1 second.
Just can't take time out. You can't take your time out.
Unless it's the
You
first
can't
half,
take
right?
your time out home.
You know, if you had not let the clock run out, you would have already won the game. If you would have kicked a field goal.
Is that true?
I think so.
I would have to get field goal range first.
Takes the knee.
Overtime. J.O. kneels.
Here in overtime, the rules change. If you receive the ball
Yeah,
first,
that's the pack and play tournament, man.
The game is over. However, if you take the
pack
ball
and play
down on
tournament.
your first drive and
Who wants
only
next?
manage a field goal, the other team will have a chance to tie.
Gibbs
or
receives the
win
kick?
game.
Nope.
And if both
No?
teams get
He
field
won-
goals
he
on their
won.
opening drives, the next team to score from there will win the game.
All right, J.O. back on offense. Only justice after the cheese Gibbs tried to pull in the pregame playbook selection. It's Madden gods deciding.
I feel like I'm on the precipice of making a big play.
Are you? Do you think you're close to
That's
getting
like
a
a
sack?
That's like a.
Is it going to be a sack or a pick, or a sack that forces a pick?
Press coverage all the way. The Giants come
Overtime here. J.O. on offense, going up against S. Gibbs defense. Gibbs in the Packers defensive playbook. He's been running nickel psycho all game, nickel psycho all game long, and it's been working for him pretty nice. Thomas Rawls, negative yardage on 6 carries. This has been a tight one. Gibbs went up 14-0. J.O. fought back 21-14, and then 24-21. Gibbs got a field goal. 24-24. Now we are here in overtime, where J.O. motions out his halfback to the right, picks up the pressure, tries to roll out, should have checked down underneath to the drag, as that's picked him up a lot of yards so far in this game with the rat catch, but instead he holds on to it, can't get rid of it out of bounds. Now a 3rd and 22 from his own 8 makes this a very bad situation for J.O. Early in this game, I don't think he has any one-on-one downfield catch receivers. Gibbs has pretty good CBs, although it does look like he will put Michael Vick in the game for this play. He's going to run Vincent Jackson down, and instead he goes. And if you're J.O., I think you go for this. It's a 4th and 2. You've been in this situation before in your opening drive. It was 4th and 2.
Good play. That was a good play. Good throw.
Do you think he could have caught that without conservative catch? 4th and 2 for the game. Andy Dalton in for J.O. Overtime of the pack and play. S. Gibbs trying to stop J.O. here on 4th and 2 in overtime. J.O. making his adjustments. Andy Dalton takes the snap, picks up the pressure. Oh, he's got the zig. Instead, he rolls with Andy Dalton, who doesn't get the first down, and Gibbs takes over at the 30. An unfortunate break for J.O., and Gibbs is going to use Brandon McManus to kick the field goal and win the game.
Oh, I think that I found myself
Bad
a
beat
man
for
beater.
J.O. here in the pack
Man
play. Let's go into the
beater.
highlights real quick and look at it. Both quarterbacks, 50% completion percentage on the day. He had the route. He chose to run with Dalton, then he still threw it on the run. It forced a weird catch. He got tackled at the line of scrimmage. I thought he got it, but I think he broke out of it. So go to that play right here. So watch this zig. I actually really like this call.
Great call. Yeah, definitely.
You don't really see that much. Right there, I felt
Good
like he could
route
have thrown it,
progression.
but then when he ran it, he's like, so here's what I think. Okay, right now if he throws it, he gets it, right?
Yeah.
But then he goes, I'm going to run it. It's wide open. But then
And
he
he
starts
ran.
running, and he's like, never mind, it's not there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw on the run. And then when he throws on the run, what happens is doesn't really lead it to the outside.
It's a little too late, too.
Yeah, can't rack it.
Yeah.
But watch what happens. So he gets tackled right at it. I think he has it right here. All right, so play it. I'll tell you when I think the game, like right there. No, right. Watch this right
But like
here.
his foot's not past
But
it.
the ball's right there. But watch this. Watch this. Hit it again, like slow. Right
That's when
there.
the
Yeah,
game-
right there. The game's like no. And then watch
Right.
this. Play a little more. Right there. Right there.
That's where it's
Yeah, when he breaks that tackle right there, I think the game was like, oh no, you know.
Yeah. Hey.
J.O. Devastating.
Tough.
Kind of let me down. No offense.
Just wanted to look at the play of the game.
Show us that fake pitch. That's what the crowd wants to see.
You know, maybe come into Brain Trust near you. So I got inside, and then a little foot. Go. Grip shot. See ya. See ya. See ya, J.O. See ya. And then he does a little dirty at the end.
No, you did a little dirty at the end. He didn't do it. He doesn't just randomly celebrate. You have to press buttons.
Ooh. great blocking. Crepe. Pancakes. We were IHOP out here. Yeah. Yep. Well, I had some good pressure in that game. I felt good about that. The blitzes were working.
J.O. said good game.
Good game. No, that was a good game.
By the way, no such thing as a fake pitch.
Okay. So there's that blitz. This was the very first blitz I generated this year. Good blitz. Send 4 off that left edge. You get 2 double teams, and you get the pressure through that left gap.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
He did a good job, like, working to pick it up all game. Like, you could tell he was doing stuff. That's how you know J.O.'s, like, really matured as a Madden player.
Definitely. His pass, he never passed. This is the first time I've ever seen him pass. Like, last year, he didn't even really pass that much. He ran the PA.
It's a backhanded compliment, but not a
No,
compliment.
no, like, this was an offense. This was nasty.
It was good.
Yeah. That last play was beautiful. Like, the route progression on it. Nasty.
Shearer is reporting in the chat that Gibbs has rediscovered his voice.
Me? Maybe. Well, I can't talk when it's tied.
You didn't want to lose, did you?
No, I had to focus. And then bad things happen.
Are you down to play Serious Mo again, or are you just going to take the fact that you
Me?
beat the Madden champ?
I'll play Serious Mo. Sure. People want me to play Serious Mo?
I think Serious Mo wants to play you.
I'll play him. Yeah. I'll play. Sure. Is that what we're going to do? People want me to... I'll play. I'd play anybody. It's my move. I'm probably going to lose to the Madden Challenge champ.
Can you explain what happened at the end of the half?
Where? Yes, let me explain it.
Because there's a minute 16 left and you ran like no plays.
So
You got a first down with 50 seconds left.
So here's what happened. I got the ball and I used Excel clock and that threw my head off and I had to call timeout. I had 1 timeout left. It was second down, or it was first down. And I didn't think that I had the plays to get there. And I didn't want to force it. I didn't want to force a turnover because I didn't want to go into the half losing. So I was like, I'm just going to concede here. I know, terrible. I shouldn't have done the accelerated clock.
Tweezy wants a game. Chappie's in the house?
Moss to Chap?
I love some Chappie.
Chappie.
That's a guy we could get on. For sure.
So this play right here, real quick. A replay? Oh. So, what I was hoping to do, I got caught. Because he ran these little routes, these little drags to the right.
Right.
All game, was hurting me. So what I wanted to do is swing out my guy on the left edge here. So blitz him, I got caught on him. So then I wanted to just hang on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully try to jump that route. That was when I was saying I think I'm on the precipice of a play. But I didn't get it done. But that was like, when I said that was my idea. I was like, because he kept doing a good job of attacking that right flat really well. Like there's one play where he had with Vic, where he had that nasty juke. Remember the juke? At all?
His juke? Yeah. That wasn't it, but this was a good play. On second down, he should have thrown this.
That was like a play that he completed many times in that game.
Right. On second down, he had this, but he didn't throw it.
Right.
He hung on to it. And look how many yards he gets here. That's what makes drags so good now.
Right.
I feel like Cecil was, like, doing really well with drags.
Played well.
Guys, make sure to click on JO30's name in the chat. You see it right there. You can click on it and actually follow his Twitch channel. I know he streams on the EA Sports channel, but he also streams on his own channel, so you definitely want to make sure to check him out. He streams like all the new content plus packs and everything like that, so he's a good guy to follow.
This was a big play right there. Big play. Big play. Teddy ball game.
That was a good route.
Like, that was good just because, like, Gain, I think he gets the separation there because of his route running compared to that guy. Whoever that guy is.
That guy's not good.
Whoever that guy is,
right.
I have no idea.
Gaines.
Philip Gaines. Yeah.
You want to go to practice mode real quick?
Sure.
We're
gonna play Serious Mo next week?
If Serious Mo wants to play, yeah.
Good game, Jo.
D-Stu said he does.
That's gotta be it. That smells at like M-Stack.
Can we get a 1 in the chat?
If
you guys want to see that game?
Does that smell like M-Stack? The offense reeks of M-Stack. Reeks of them.
The defense didn't. The defense reeked of Z Falls.
The defense reeks of Z Falls, but the offense reeked of M-Stack.
Here's like this. Here's Jo tomorrow.
On Twitter? That was a great game.
Yo, Gibbs, that was a great game, but it really was disrespectful when you said that my offense came from M-Stack. Dude, I've been running that since, like, the 1990s. Back since the
Madden
Rangers
94.
won the Cup with Mark Messier playing center for the Rangers. Like, I can't believe that you don't think I passed. You said I don't pass. Dude, I passed all over you. I was down 14-0. I came back. I'm J.O., bro. It's my J.O.
Why do you always bring up the New York Rangers?
Guy loves the Rangers. Who doesn't love the Rangers?
I said Bobby Orr earlier.
Bobby Orr.
By the way, shout out to Hope and Jo. This was their idea for
yeah.
the pack and play, so we really appreciate that. It was a good idea. Bringing something different.
I need batteries. Obviously.
Was that your hip that just cracked?
Nah, that was the chair. My hip though is.
Sure.
Is there a doctor in the chat?
What's up? What was your comment, G homie? I didn't see it, man. I don't see everything, G homie. And I'm looking and scrolling up. G homie, Johnny Trash? That was your comment? I don't know what you said. Play him again. I bet you lose. Oh. Well, listen, I've played JO twice this year, and I'm 2-0. So, Redzone is here?
But I think you.
They're both barn burners.
I think you respect Jo as a player.
I do.
Because you wouldn't try to cheat against somebody that you knew you could beat without cheating.
How did I try to cheat?
When you try to put that playbook in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, G homie is a bit of a troll. He's out here trolling. Who dat? Problem lost to Skimbo. Great game. Amazing game. One of the best games I've ever seen.
For real.
One of the best games I've ever
also,
seen.
obviously we really appreciate you guys supporting the channel.
Yeah. And G homie, you're more than welcome here, man. We're happy to have you. That game was like, just how he fought back.
Yeah.
Like, when you get down 21.
You're on TWIM. You feel like an idiot. You're like, why did I want to play this?
That's the worst part because everyone was probably chirping.
This guy stinks. Who is this guy?
Right, but he is one of the best players to ever play. He is the whole GOAT, right?
But, I was talking about JL.
No.
Rex with the sub hype?
Rex sub hype?
Shout out to Rex. Bring it in. Yo, put your choo-choo
Sub-hype?
trains in the chat.
Rex is in the house?
We got Rex in the building. Guys, big shout out to Rex. He's supporter of...
Rex is here.
Obviously, Madden NFL creative director. If you didn't know, he came on at the Burbank event, gave a tip that you should click on. We're actually going to talk about that tip tonight here. People had asked... let me find the question. How should you click on and play the ball? I've got to find the question, but I will.
You want to go to practice mode?
Yeah.
See?
Anyway, there's a question in the mailbag, and this is an important one, and it's one that I know Rex wants to make sure that we talk about. The question was, how can you...
The 180 shows, we still don't have batteries figured out. Oh, wait, we don't? Guess who brought batteries?
Did you?
Yeah.
I know, it's working right now. Okay, so... Here's what Rex would like you guys to know. He says that there's a tip going on out there that says don't click on to your defensive back because
that's my suggestion.
That's his own meta.
That's the way I play the game.
That's his own meta. But
Rex comes in and he drops the hammer.
No, not the hammer. He drops the knowledge.
The knowledge.
He makes the games.
The 4-1-1.
So you know how Gibbs and I always say, like, I think this happens, or we think this or that, or this is the chance, or that. Well, we don't actually have the inside information behind the game. We know a lot about the game, but we don't know every single detail. Like Rex knows the details.
Correct.
Like Wes knows the details. Like RG knows the details. That's why when we have RG come on the show, you get that inside knowledge that even we don't know. And Rex is more than willing to share that stuff, so we try and pick his brain as much as we can. What he's saying is, if you click on to defender and you actually hit the whole, not play ball, but play man. So when the man catches it, the defender's going to say, I want to strip it loose. You're going to get an increased chance to break up the pass. And that's knowledge that I never knew before. We always just kind of had our theories. We kind of test out, hey, let's run 100 reps in practice mode and play ball. Let's run 100 practice reps and play man. Let's do this, do that. We can only run those kind of scientific tests.
Yeah.
But Rex is able to, let's see, we'll give Rex the hammer.
He's already got one, doesn't he? I've hammered him many times.
Yeah, he's got the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the sword of power.
But that's what's so important. And obviously, our chat, you guys are super respectful. We've been doing this too long to have any of that nonsense going on. So Rex will answer your guys' questions.
Yeah, you'll get banned. You'll get a 600 seconds real quick.
Yeah. So
shout out to that.
shout out to the stream team.
Shout out to that. There's Jo right there. Tweezy, Hope. Let's go.
So if you want to play the man, what you do is you hold X. I always get it backwards because my brain always thinks play ball means play the ball in the air, but it means play ball after.
Right. I'm with you.
I always mess it up.
That's-
I'm
Yeah,
I want to make sure I get it right.
I choose to. I just let the things get organic downfield. Let it play out and let it go. That's my method. That's why I like to go all high zone coverage guys, all high man coverage for specific plays. But listen, when Rex tells you, it's like when RG on the Muttcast.
Yeah.
RG comes down and he just drops little nuggets.
He
Nuggets.
sits there and he's like, I really like power move and finesse move, but I'm like,
why?
And then he's like, because he says all the stuff he says on the Muttcast every week. I'm like, wow, RG, like you changed the way I think about the game, and that's why those conversations are super valuable. Let's jump into the mailbag here. We got a bunch of questions coming in tonight. Cover 4 press beater, but not just drags. So how can you beat cover 4 press, but with not just drags? Do you have anything you like to do? Would you go X drag trail, try and hit that downfield throw? Would you go with
you want a delayed route? It can be a block and release like the light blues, but it's really any delay. So there are a couple things you want to key on. So go with the gun split close. We can do it from really any play. So X drag trail actually a great play for it. So the first thing I would recommend, I guess, I know drags, but this is actually something we saw Skimbo do against Mo, and it is a drag. But what I want you to do here is take Jones on the far right. You want to put him on a drag, and you want to motion him out. And what I would tell you to do, don't do it yet, don't motion him out. Put Starks on a streak. Just the idea here is to run clear out patterns, run Kops on a deep streak. So the idea here is to run vertical patterns downfield to push the zones away, and then motion Jones out to the right. So the idea, let the zones drift. No, you got to snap it before he's set.
When he's not set. Yeah.
Correct. You motion him out, snap. He kind of runs a little delayed. He comes in, B, and then the vertical routes are pulling him on downfield. You get a good throw from Rodgers.
That was my bad.
This was textbook from Skimbo. We saw him run this against. I think it was probably cover 2 against Mo, to get the game-tying touchdown in the Madden Challenge Finals. So here are the vertical patterns. And this is just science, boys, right? You run verticals downfield, those zones are going to go with it. And look at all the space underneath. This is a way to attack cover 4 underneath. We can also show you ways to attack cover 4 vertically, but there's a lot of space right there. You catch it and you yak it upfield, and you go from there. Your next option can...
That's the thing with drags. I think not when I need 2 yards, but... drags get you so much more than 2 yards. With the rat catch in the game plus playmaker, you get so many more yards with drags than you do if it's just a man drag and then you get tackled after you get it. I'm with you on that. We also like to go deep downfield if we can.
Right.
If they're calling cover 4 press all game, you can't be in 3rd and 12. You really shouldn't be in 3rd and 12 because you should be running the ball
you're
early.
You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, anyone... Hey, there's 7 seconds left in the game. They're calling cover 4. Do you have an instant touchdown play? Like, I have something that works 15% of the time if you get the time, like the problem play against Skimbo at the end of the game. But there's like no one play for that, you know?
So here's another play. This is more of a trinket play, and it's going to require some playbook knowledge and routes that you have to specifically find for it. So take Rodgers' route, for example. This is a play that I rely heavily on for crucial situations in the game. It's very similar to a speed out. The same like principle and idea. Okay. It's a little deeper. So what you want to do is motion Rodgers to the left. And he's going to run over to the left. And then you snap. Here he goes. And then you throw it as soon as he cuts. And it's a very timing specific route. And the reason it works is because the flat pattern on this play... And you could do this from other formations. You'd have to hot route the halfback in the backfield on a quick curl. But you can notice here the flat route drops over to the left, and it looks like he's going to defend that route, right? But what ends up happening is Lacey occupies that space, and you could run a backside drag there as well. And that's something that you're going to see, and it gives him just enough space to fit the possession catch. Like, thank God that the possession catch exists in this year's game,
right?
Because that wasn't a throw you could make in years past. So that's another option. These motion across the line of scrimmage, across the field corners are really good at attacking these cover 4s. But you have to have the right combination. You have to practice it Like right there, you gotta trust it. I know it hurts.
It hurts. It's scary.
And here's the problem: you could throw that against, say, the new '98 Super Bowl legend Brooks, and the Brooks could make the play,
right?
Because it's rating space, so he could get over there and he could make the play on that ball. But this the corner post does a great job of attacking the backside, and you can also see how it works if you run it just organically as well. And the other option, obviously, is the corner, vertical, and flat route combination.
Right, you're always going to like that. You got to attack the flats early, because if you resolve to having to wait to throw this route, like, yeah, this is a great route, and the angle attracts this hook. Flat gets attracted over here, and this is wide open, but they can user this, or if it's 4th and 17, they can back everybody off, and then this hook might drop, and you need time in the pocket. So it works. It's just not ideal. It's never really ideal to try and attack cover 4 where they're strong. People always they say, like, hey, how do I beat the defense where?
How do I beat the defense?
It's like, hey, there's this defense out there that has 7 flat zones. How do I beat that defense? And you go, well, just don't throw it to the flat. And they go, but I want to throw it to the flat. And it's like,
you can't.
What are you not getting here? Like, how do I beat cover 2 but don't throw a corner out?
Right.
How do I beat man-to-man but don't run mesh pattern? It's like, well, you're saying exactly what will work against it.
Right.
You're limited, and I get that. You want to try and expand your game. Sorry.
Don't reset the play.
Yeah.
Move the ball to the back right hash. So this is another way you can look to use motion. Motion is really important because you can get routes on different parts of the field that aren't normally there. So what you want to do here against cover 4, again, so if you got this again, press. But the idea here is you want to flood the defense vertically and stretch it in ways that the cover 4 isn't designed to handle. So if you streak Cobb, now you put Rodgers on a drag, and then you're going to motion Jones the deep post to the left. Don't snap the ball. I just want to look at the routes to explain what's happening, okay? So here's the defense. What do you think you're going to get in this situation by looking at the routes?
Probably going to get one-on-ones.
Correct, and that's what you want.
That's what
you want, especially in 3rd and long situations.
Right.
You're begging, give me one-on-one downfield, because what happens against cover 4, you get into 3rd and long, and you can't get the one-on-ones because the zones will collapse. And it's really difficult on 3rd and 22 to get a one-on-one spot downfield. So this play helps you do that. You have to have the backside drag that really gets you a one-on-one shot. But the importance of this against cover 4, I cannot stress it enough. It's a great way to get one-on-one options downfield. Otherwise, in most situations, you get stuck, you throw deep, and then the backside safety, a strong safety or free safety, will collapse on the outside, and then you get a 2-on-1 for defense, and it's no bueno for you.
Right, you're not always going to have the luxury of getting a non-1-on-1 catch. Sometimes it might just be, the difference in the NFL is like the way when the 49ers used to use all their formation shifts and use all their different motions before the snap, their entire goal is to get Vernon Davis on a linebacker who can't cover them. Right. All the Patriots stuff that they do is it's not to get Shane Vereen covered wide open when they had him. It was to get him one-on-one against a linebacker who's faster than. They want to get Gronk one-on-one against. They don't want to get him wide open. He's Gronk. He can beat a defender. It's not about that. It's about getting him against a matchup like that he can't. That can't cover him because he's too big.
Right. And listen, guys, there are ways that you can attack cover 4 deep, and you're able to run backside post with curls, and you can attack the cover 4 vertically deep, and you get one-on-one situations where you just burn the defense. That's not specifically what we're talking about here. We're talking about running routes, running concepts to get you better favorable matchups downfield. And that's what you're seeing from this play. But you can translate this across formations, and that's what's really cool about it. Like, one set you could run, if you go like gun doubles, for example, you find a post in the seam, you just motion him to the right, and then you do the same thing. You run a streak to the tight end, streak on the outside, and you get that post that would crash over to the right side of the field. So it all works. It all works.
All right, keep going through the mailbag real quick here. This question is from Matt Chu. On defense, Gibbs, are you looking for play recognition or awareness?
I like play recognition, but like I never want to sleep on awareness, because like sometimes you feel like different about certain players, and then it could come down to awareness. Especially with quarterbacks, I find like the lower the awareness, the more like overthrows you get when you're doing crazy things in the pocket. You're running around, you're doing certain things, and that's just a feel thing again. That's just a personal opinion. That's the things like I value deep throw accuracy more than any other rating for a quarterback. For this, I'm gonna go play rec, especially with how people run the ball and how they use play action. You want a guy that's gonna get quick out of his step and be able to drop back in this appropriate zone. So because of that specifically, that's where I think play rec for me is much more important than awareness.
I like that answer. It's a good answer. More questions. I know we hit up some of these. Do you think the kick arc should be on or off for competitive play?
Probably should be off. It probably should be off just because it's a gimme. What I don't like about it for competitive play is that, like, especially in draft champions, if you don't know like your kicker's kick power and you don't know like how far the field goal they can kick, you could, in theory, end of the game, come out in 2 timeouts and know that you could have one to burn or take a 5-yard penalty and then go for it on 4th down. Because you can just aim the kick down and be like, oh yeah, I can make it. The arc is showing me if I get a perfect kick, I'll make it. So I would say that for competitive play, probably should be turned off.
Because then you have to do the math. You got to know the wind.
Right. You got to know everything.
Right. And yeah, I'd like to see where, eventually the game for competitive play, we all come to like an agreement. Like we used to have hardcore ranked back in the day. It's All-Madden, and that's where the competitive mode goes. Less assists, anything just to add that skill level. Like we saw some players, you want to see that high skill come into play. All these guys put so much time into the game that, we still saw the best guys win, and we're going to continue to see that every year. The guys that are going to put in the more time and still just be better are always going to show up and be better. But yeah, anything like that where, you put extra time in special teams. You actually go into practice mode and you choose field goal. And you figure out, okay, at 80 power, I can hit here. At 85 power, I can hit here. When the win is this much, I can do this. And if that's something that comes down to you winning the game, when you decide to settle for a field goal, that's what you should.
Did I win the game?
Should matter.
Did I win the game?
I don't recall. All right, we checked out that question earlier. We've got some honors players here to go through. So let's go through these NFL honors guys real quick. All right, so we'll take a look and see. This was the question that Rex was talking about.
Real quick, though, in the chat, he popped in and he said, in one-on-one situations, click on and go for it. Yes, absolutely. But if you're playing cover 2-man, so I don't know if that's where I would love to get his feedback on that. Because if you're playing cover 2-man and you just run 2 guys deep, that's where I'm saying don't click on. Like, just let the 2 versus 1 go. That's what I'm saying.
That's what Gibbs is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So the best honors players, Gibbs, these are the 4 guys that are currently out at this time.
Yup.
How would you rank them if you had to put them on a Mount Rushmore? Who would get to go first?
I really like DeMarcus Peters, but I would go probably Todd Gurley as the number 1 option out of this bunch. For Antonio Brown or Marcus Peters to go above Gurley, I would need them both at 96 speed. Maybe even Antonio Brown at like 97.
Yeah, I think Antonio Brown I'm going to pass on personally. He's good, but I think the Santana Moss, you get a lot of the same value from him. Obviously, Brown does pretty much everything except release, in my opinion. But I want to see him be a little bit faster at this point in the season. I would certainly take one, but there's just so many good receivers out there between Jerry Rice, who's already 94. Like, if all the other receivers that did what Brown does were 92 and he had 2 more release, I would take the Brown. But I'm going to let him fly for the moment in time with his price.
If Cam had 90 throw accuracy deep, I'd be all in. So, the caveat to that is, go out, get your long pass chemistry or style up.
Get that boost.
And in theory now, not in theory, but now he's at 90 throw accuracy deep.
Peters is very good.
So that's the move, I think.
We talked about Peters on the Muckcast. He's dope, but there's still a lot of really good CBs in there, and he can do both, which is nice. But you're going to pay extra for him to be able to do both.
Again, that speed threshold.
Yeah.
Give me 96. Give me 96, and I'm really stoked about him.
Yeah. And then Gurley, somebody in the chat earlier said his 88 wasn't that much worse. So we'd have to go over the 88 and the 95 and kind of compare them real quick. Maybe I'll do that real fast. So I'll read what the 88 has and then just kind of his front of the card stats. And then you tell me if you think he's going to be worth the upgrade. So 94 speed, 94 agility, 91 excel, 92 elusive, 95 truck, 95 carry.
No, don't upgrade.
So, like,
Don't even. What's juke move?
97, 94,
What's block evasion?
89, 90.
I would tell you not. I would personally tell you
Right.
don't upgrade.
And the price is going to be 32,000.
500.
And-
500K. That's what he is going for.
I still think the David Johnson is close. I know the girlie's nasty.
That 95 girlie is nasty, but
Right.
it's not. It's not that like for 7 overall points. Like, let's really dive in. Like the 7 overall points. Where did it come from? Because from what you just said,
You have to speed it and be 3 instead of 1.
right?
So, yeah, I would gladly take the girlie, but I'm gonna
take him.
I'm gonna hold.
I'm gonna
on
wait.
88 since he's not. That's a good call by the chat. That's why you guys are always here.
If Gurley's 97 speed, he is now okay. That's the upgrade I'm looking for.
And Chappie's saying that even the Doug Martin team of the year is like much less and actually pretty darn good.
I've heard good things about that Doug Martin team
Yeah.
of the year. Yeah.
For sure. All right, that's the honors selections. We hit up that question. We talked about the Madden Challenge, and any closing thoughts you got on that?
No, I'm just overall, I'm very excited about the Madden Challenge and how it went down, and the turnout with all the players we had in the stream. We got up to 16,000 viewers. That was really big, guys. We asked on TWIM before we went out to Madden Challenge. We asked you guys to come out and support. But it's not even about just supporting us. We've been here. Madden Tips has been here for a while. But this is about supporting everybody in the community that's playing competitively. Show up for their streams, support them, root them on, cheer them on. Find your favorite player and be a part of it. Be a
cool
part of this experience.
Is you can actually interact with the players. Like, all the guys are super receptive. Like, they're guys you can chat with. They're guys that if you hit them up on Twitter with a real good question, respectable question, they'll answer your question. Right? Mo will be out there. He'll reply if you send a question that he can answer, and you want to get his insight on something. Hey, how do you stop? How'd you know to go to that route, or how'd you do this, or problem? You can pop in his stream. He answers questions. Shugs will answer your questions about items. Shugs is a knowledge about player items too. So like, you watch a guy on stream, you like what they do, you can always ask them a question. Hey, what playbook was that? Why did you choose? Hey, I saw your draft. Why did you pick that playbook over that one? I thought you liked this.
I mean, we got some of the best players in the game right now in here as well, like M-Stack.
Right.
We were all here supporting M-Stack on that run. Madden Tips own M-Stack. He went on a run. He almost made it to Burbank. So
Right.
M-Stack's always available. Like, he is a Madden junkie, as RG would say. Like, he's just always playing.
Sent me defensive fire. So
always playing.
We put M-Stack's most recent defense in the Brain Trust. He sent over the dime pressure on Thursday or last week. He sent it. So I sent it out to our Twitch subscribers. So check your inbox. And if you don't have it, zfarls@madtips.com if you're subscribed to the channel. But that dime pressure off the edge is just another way to use edge pressure to put a clock on your opponent and have good coverage out from it. It's a concept that we've been using for a long time, and he's got it this year dialed in with pressure left and ability to mix it up, switch up your zones, just how to play good defense, how the same formula that the best players use every year. The reason that the good players are good every year, it's not just one blitz that's eventually going to get fixed. It's a combination of blitzes. It's a combination of pressures, formations, mixing things up. And that's what we like to teach rather than just those simple setups.
Yeah, real talk. Think about like the nickel 3-3-5 odd defense, right? I still think it's one of the best defenses in the game because you're able to send pressure left, sending 4 guys, send pressure right, sending 4 guys, sometimes 3. Any play in the game in terms of coverage. So it's like a full defensive scheme. And then you can also send it both ways by gassing them up, sending 6-7. So I like seeing that style of defense. The gap blitzing, all that stuff that people do, yes, it's effective. But like you said, like it gets fixed, it gets resolved. Like, don't rely on that year to year. It's not something that's going to help you transition year to year, I would say.
All right, so we have a question in the mailbag about red zone scoring. So this is an example of a play that people like to use. So in the red zone, one thing people like to look for are these wheel routes. And they like them from the slot, and they like to target this area of the end zone. So here you can block the halfback, you get a little bit of time, and you throw the high pass lead, you're at least going to get a one-on-one. You got Jordy Nelson. But what people like about it is you can throw it from like the 10 and in. You're generally going to get a one-on-one. Sometimes you'll even get nobody over there. But this area of the field, if you throw a high pass and it goes out of bounds,
right,
it's not a pick. It's just an out-of-bounds high pass throw.
Love it. Right.
You know you're going to get a one-on-one catch chance. And here, Jordy, he's got a high spec rating, but he makes a great play on the ball against a much lower rated. This is Sheed, who's not a high-rated defender. It's not Richard Sherman over there. It's not Earl Thomas. So it's a good area of the field to target in the red zone. So any routes you can find that have that is something you want to mix up for sure. I like it. I like it quite a bit. You like to go to the Wildcat in the red zone?
I like going pure run, Wildcat, use the pitch, use the crossers, use the inside blast right in the Browns playbook. But this is a great way to attack. I think people need to utilize the high point way more in the red zone, like all over the place. But you want to have your receiver running a vertical pattern towards the back of the end zone, not like that because
this is too risky if you
do that too short.
Yeah, if you throw the high pass here, and it's
like that worked out, but that's fine. But
right,
you'd want to just run him on and he's not the guy to run it. Cobb is too short. Like just put Richard Rodgers on a streak and throw a high point to him when he gets towards the back of the end zone. That's what you want. Did you throw a bullet?
I tried to. It lobbed it, but yeah.
Gotcha. But that's the idea: is get a guy in the back of the end zone, throw a high point, and you're just throw it to your guy that you know is a beast. Like that's what you want.
Right.
That's the play.
That's a real play right there. You got any more tips you want to bring? You want to check your Twitter? We've taken your Twitter questions here. We got a few more minutes left on this week in Madden.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know.
We'll see if I got any questions here. First show back, mixing it up. It's a blast. We had a blast in San Fran.
Shuds31 is saying 94 Doug Martin is better than 95 Gurley. Is that true or not?
It is about this. They're about the same. I would say for the price, probably Doug. I have a problem with quarterback drifting and throwing off my back foot. Are there any tips to prevent this? So, yeah, I mean, the number one thing you can always do is if you don't touch the quarterback, he's going to chill. So just try to keep your hands off the left stick if you can. Because the second you roll back, you're going to open yourself up to pressure. See, that's going to allow defenders to block shed off the edge. So we all, as humans, have bad habits to hold on to that left stick with the quarterback and just drop back too far. It's one of Clint, who works on the offensive line, former lineman himself. It's one of his biggest beefs when he watched the game. Is people drift out of the pocket and do things they wouldn't do. Your linemen expect to know where you are in the pocket. They don't know how to block for somebody who just
runs away.
Yeah, no lineman's going to be happy if that's what they do because they're going to be blocking for the spot. They can't hold the D end because he's going to get a free shed.
Well, the D end can see where the quarterback's going. The offensive lineman can't.
Right.
So he has to protect his spot.
So you just don't push anything, and then you wait, step up in the pocket, and try and deliver.
Listen, how many times did we see all the players in the Madden Challenge, especially Problem, just sit in the pocket, weave, bob, and weave. The best players in the world don't run around like a jerk in the pocket.
Right.
For a reason.
It's one of the biggest things I hear that I don't see. People
it's
always
the biggest
complain
legacy thing people complain about.
People go, "Oh, well, I'd be good, but I'm not willing to run backwards in the pocket." People think that that's how people play Madden.
But terrible throw.
Terrible throw.
Not on point. Awful.
I got red feedback that said, "Don't do that."
Right.
But people act like Madden players play the game like this.
Right.
And have success.
Right. And then chuck that, and it used to work.
It used to work.
I mean, it's gotten progressively harder to play like that over the years, and
totally.
you can't just run around like a chicken with your head cut off. It just doesn't work.
Now you gotta chill, stay in the pocket, try and just be good and make plays. But keep your hands off the left stick because the quarterback has a drop built into the play, and they'll drop for you pretty nicely. So think about that. All right, any other questions in the chat from you guys? Gibbs, anything else you want to add here on This Week in Madden? Show 181?
Nothing yet, but I think maybe we set up the Mo game next week.
I would love to see it. It was a great game. I would be down to commentate it, maybe bring in RG.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Commentate that bad boy.
We got to make it happen.
McCreasy wants to know, CM Query. I would say there's two questions in the chat real quick. who are good slot receivers under 220K. I like the Jordy Nelson. Eric Dickerson is not worth it. He's close. He's really, really good, but I think he can do a little bit better for the price. Playbook similar to the Colts that has gun split close, but some better runs. Steelers because it has fullback inside.
Colts is pretty good though.
Colts is very.
It's got I-form twins, which Colts doesn't have, right?
Yeah, Colts is missing. Colts has like weird
I-form. They have I-form tight, I-form tackle over.
And we're gonna head over to the EA Sports channel once TWIM is over because Tweezy's gonna go live.
Tweezy
for
or Jo? Okay.
Because Jo just finished up, so Tweezy's gonna go live. So if he gets online, we're going to push. We're going to host him and check it out. Rex has a question. It's where did S. Gibbs get that shirt? And the answer is Maine.
Did he really say that?
No, but that's what I'm hoping he'll say.
What? Why do you say those things? What's wrong with this shirt?
I'm just saying it looks like it came from Maine.
It did. Maybe it came from Costco.
Rex wants to know after the patch, what do you think the dominant defense will be?
I'm waiting for the day that people are going to start running nickel 3-3-5 odd. Because it's that good.
I think it's going to get better after the patch.
It's that good. Because when you're not able to get that gap pressure and you have to play real big boy defense, that's the defense. Guys, don't sleep on the nickel 3-3-5 odd.
It's in the brain trust.
Guys, you can call...
It's so good he tried to cheat and get his playbook just so he could use it today.
You can call any coverage. What if I told you I could get you into defense tonight? That you can send pressure off the left edge, right edge, or both edges from any coverage in the game. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 2 man, cover 0, cover 1, cover 6, whatever you want. Pressure left to pressure right, both ways. That's football. That's football.
I'll
It's
say
not the gap stuff. That's football.
What I'll say is good about the nickel 3-3-5 odd is it's a fairly inexpensive defense to set up in Ultimate Team. So similar to like Hearthstone, like
Great value.
Hearthstone, it's like a Zulak deck. Like you just need to throw a bunch of dudes out there that have like decent zone coverage, and like are fat on the defensive line so they can get double teams. Like it's a fairly inexpensive defense to set up. It does a good job bringing the pressures, and Gibbs has been running it all season long. It's the defense we put out at the start of the year. And it's survived all patches because it's works and it's real.
The way we've what's our MO? What's our staple after all this Madden stuff? Our staple like being left on the Madden community. Like the one thing I want people to remember is the way we play defense. You want to be able to send pressure from any coverage. You want to make sure you can send it off the left edge, off the right edge, and then send it on both edges. And then the important part is to be able to do that from every single coverage. Because you want to make every single defense look exactly the same. So that your opponent has no idea if you're in cover 2 man, cover 3, cover 4. If you're playing coverage, you have to be able to mix those things up. And that's when you can really start getting into your opponent's head. Because, listen, the 3-4 even stuff is good, but you know what's coming every single play. You can make adjustments off it. But when you catch your opponent 3rd and 19 and they're like, oh, it's going to be cover 2, and you hit them with cover 2 man and send pressure, they're not ready for it.
Yeah, by the time they figure out it's cover 2, then the pressure's there and they can't adjust. One thing I'd love to get out of tonight is OS Millennium is in the chat right now. He's amazed. He's an OS guy, but he's amazed that the game is still being patched in February.
Let's go. Like, shout out to the dev team for that.
It's crazy.
Bananas.
But what I find important about this and what I want to get OS and Rex in the same room because I want to know how we turned OS Millennium from a guy who loves Madden to a guy who loves these two guys who are supposedly tournament players. OS Millennium has been here now for a couple seasons. He's learned a lot. He participates in the community. He sees us play this game and takes our advice. He sees, oh, these guys do know the game. They know football. They do a whole mixture. So any feedback OS Millennium has as to, what he likes about what he's learned from Madden Tips would be great to know so we can get that feedback to Rex. That's kind of what I would take away. But yeah, the patch is going to be awesome. I'm still going to run my Big Dime 146. I know Chow is looking for feedback on man coverage, so I'm going to give him some of my thoughts on man coverage and just see what we can do.
I just want to say one other thing about defense, right? Bring me back. Let's go back to yesteryear. What was the staple of the way we said to play run defense way back in the day? What did we say to do?
Win the numbers game.
But specifically what we do.
Cover 2 drop.
Cover 3.
Cover 3.
So what we've said to do is this. A very simple way to have great run defense from any formation in the game. Call any cover 3. Take the deep safety that's in the deep third middle of the field. Bring him into the box and blitz him, or you user him. And now you are playing what's called a cover 2 invert. This is a great way to have great run support, and then you drop back, and if it's a pass, you play the deep middle part of the field. But the reason it's good for run support is you're winning the numbers game. Look how many defenders are in the box. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defenders. That is math that helps you win the run game, and that is a basic tip that can go a long way. Because I saw some guy in the chat talk about the cover 2 invert, and that's really important. And then it was so good, they started putting real plays in the game called cover 2 invert. Let's go.
Shout out to Skimbo23.
He's here?
He popped up. He was like this. He was just hanging out. He was just hanging out. Then he goes,
Skimbo.
Patch? Wait, what? Patch? So appreciate Skimbo.
Skimbo's in the house?
Learned a lot from hanging out with him this week. A lot about his game. A lot about Madden. And obviously great effort in the final game. And just the whole tournament. So we talked a little about that earlier. But yeah, if you want to be in the Brain Trust, use the subscribe button. Email me if you do. If you're watching on YouTube tomorrow, I know you guys sometimes don't get to watch live. Email zfarles@maddentips.com. We'll get you set up. And
can we put an alert out to Wolfman? I saw him pop in the chat once tonight. Where is Wolfman?
He was here.
I know, but we got to put out a beaker to find Wolfman. Beacon.
Beacon for Wolfman. Beacon for Serious Mo. Hopefully we'll get him back on for another game of the week.
Can we end this? It's getting hot in here.
We're peacing out.
It's so hot.
All right, dudes. Send your questions for next week on Twitter, @ManaBible, @SGibbs7. We'll see you for Muttcast next week. Lock up.